So our next trend is around rising customer expectations and how that will trigger demand for omnichannel CX. So we're in this era of personalizations, and customers expect companies to understand their behaviors and preferences. So are contact centers still struggling to see a complete view of the customer? And how can they better support their agents to enable that more personalized customer experience?
Yeah, I mean, that's a great question, right? Because there is a lot of technology in the contact center environment, and that drives a lot of complexity. And getting that complexity down into a simpler set of applications, boy, that's important, because that gives the company, that gives the contact center the flexibility to respond in a more natural way. I mean, if you think about ourselves, like, we're all consumers, we all engage with our friends and our family over the phone, over text, over email, over chat. And it's just natural, like, and we've evolved over time how we do that. So our expectations have changed. And then when we go and we interact with a company, our bank, our cable company, and they don't engage with us in the same way, or they don't have the capacity to engage with us in the same way that we engage every day with our friends and family, it just feels like, why not? Why can't they? But again, if you put yourself in the shoes of the bank or of the cable company, I mean, they've got a lot of complexity. They've got a lot of data to manage. They've got a lot of compliance controls. They've got a lot of different technology in different places that they have to manage. But still, the consumer isn't really worried about that. They're just still left wondering, why can't I engage with them more nimbly? And so I think that's really the challenge, is how can companies evolve to manage that technical complexity so that's simpler, so that they can have a more natural communication style when they engage with consumers, and consumers can engage on the channel of their choice. So when they're dealing with a small task, a small ask, it can be done digitally. When they're dealing with a more complex ask, it can be done via voice. And when it switches midstream, they can switch. And when they switch midstream, the data follows, and you don't have to repeat themselves and keep going round around what their account is and what the call is about and getting escalated endlessly. And when the contact center can't respond, they can say, hey, look, we can call you back in an hour, or we can schedule another time to talk. I mean, that kind of flexibility, again, the type of flexibility that consumers experience in their day-to-day lives, that's what they expect out of companies, and companies can get there. But again, complexity is the enemy of flexibility, and they've really got to drive that complexity down to be able to respond in a way that the consumers expect.
And certainly that doesn't feel like an unreasonable ask.
Agreed.
Thanks again, everybody, for joining us today. Certainly 2022 promises to be an interesting year for the future of the contact center. We'll look forward to seeing how these trends play out in the coming months. Have a great day.
Thank you.